I fixed my uncle's computer 3 years ago, and what I found on it ended up sending him to federal prison. I'm going to tell you exactly what I found, how I found it, and what I did about it, because I think people need to understand that financial crimes don't look like what you think they look like from the outside, and the people who commit them don't either. My Uncle Dennis was, by every appearance, the most successful person in our family. He was 54, owned a small accounting and financial services firm in the suburbs, drove a nice car, had a house with a finished basement, and a boat he kept at a marina 40 minutes away. He was generous with money at family gatherings, always picked up tabs, always gave good gifts. He was funny and confident, and people liked him. He called me in September and said his work computer was running slow. He needed it cleaned up before tax season started. Would I take a look? I was 24, working IT support at a mid-sized company, which made me the obvious person to ask. He dropped it off at my apartment on a Saturday morning, a Dell Precision workstation, high-spec, the kind of machine a small accounting firm might use for heavy software. He was cheerful about it. He brought coffee. He said the main issue was startup speed, and that he'd really appreciate it back by Sunday evening, because he had client calls Monday morning. I started with the standard stuff. Checked running processes, found several background applications eating memory that didn't need to be running. Cleared temp files. Checked startup programs, normal maintenance. Then I ran a disk analysis to see what was taking up space, because the machine had a large drive that was nearly full. That was the first thing that seemed slightly off. A business machine for a small accounting firm, documents, software, client files, shouldn't fill a 2-terabyte drive, not unless there's a lot of something. The disk analysis mapped out the file distribution. Most of it was what you'd expect: software installations, client folders organized by year going back to 2009, standard accounting program data, the usual digital paper trail of a small firm. But there was a significant chunk, about 40 gigabytes, sitting in a folder path I didn't recognize. Not a hidden folder in the technical sense. It wasn't set to invisible or system protected, but it was nested 4 levels deep. A folder called Archive 2014, inside that a folder called MISC, inside that old backups, inside that a folder with no name at all, just a string of numbers. The kind of location you create when you want something to not be found by anyone who isn't specifically, deliberately looking for it. I opened it. What I found inside was a parallel set of books. I want to explain what that means because not everyone knows. Accounting fraud at the